Hey there, it's Dr. Jim. I have a really interesting topic today, the Alzheimer's vaccine. Here's an update. Every now and then we hear news on television, online, in publications that more work has been done on an Alzheimer's vaccine. And lots of people get excited over this because Alzheimer's is too common and it's devastating to millions of Americans and to millions of other people around the world. I believe my mother and my grandfather both died with Alzheimer's disease. The attempt to develop an anti-Alzheimer's vaccine is nothing new, and research actually goes back 2 decades. Okay? So even when the latest news, a few days ago, broke that the University of New Mexico announced they have good results of an experimental vaccine on mice, we shouldn't get overly optimistic that it's going to work on human beings or that the vaccine is effective and it's going to be right around the corner. Even back in 2003, and I was just reading a stack of articles yesterday, researchers at the University of Toronto asked almost 20 years ago, how close are we at developing a vaccine for Alzheimer's? Ugh. It's been 20 years. Still don't have it. How does an Alzheimer's vaccine work? Well, the vaccines have been developed to target one specific type of protein, tau, T-A-U. While tau is found in everyone's brains, it really builds up to large amounts in the brains of people who have Alzheimer's disease. Many scientists also believe that tau is the cause of cognitive decline, which is associated with Alzheimer's. As tau accumulates in the brain, it interferes with brain signaling and communication. In research, mice who received the vaccine developed antibodies that actually cleared out the abnormal tau protein. That's amazing. From the areas of the brain associated with both memory and learning. That's huge. And the improvements lasted for over a month. That is awesome. This sounds like great news, but unfortunately, success in mice doesn't necessarily mean it will be effective in humans. So what's the problem? Here's the bad news. I hate to be a downer. Getting a vaccine approved can take decades to make sure that it's going to be safe and effective in humans. It can also cost millions and millions of dollars. Vaccines have been developed in the past and they have failed due to very dangerous side effects like swelling of the brain. And added to this, Alzheimer's is a complicated disorder, and it is being called by some a multifaceted disease, making the development of a vaccine even more difficult. Now, here's some really interesting news, interesting research. The most recent line of thinking and some of the most fascinating research is indicating that the gut or our microbiome may be involved in the development of Alzheimer's. And some researchers are working on the brain-gut microbiota axis. Look that up. Brain-gut microbiota axis. Amazingly. It's amazing stuff. Most recently, as of just a few days ago, China approved the drug oligomannate, which is derived from a compound in seaweed due to its ability to reduce inflammation caused by gut bacteria. If I had nothing better to do in my life, I would just research and research and research and read and read and read and read. I kind of do that now, but I do so many other things too. Because when you start learning, we might find something in seaweed that can reduce inflammation in our gut. Our gut now is a culprit in the development of Alzheimer's disease. you keep following, you're like a detective and you keep following these pieces of evidence. But I'm out of time. I'm Dr. Jim. Thanks for listening to me gab. But I think this is a really nice and interesting topic. Alzheimer's and hopefully a vaccine for it one day. Take care.